Okay, guys. So, this Sha'Carri Richardson thing is really annoying me. I'm really annoyed. Um, Extremely annoyed. And this is the last sports video I want to put on this channel. So make sure you go over to Living Room Gangster. Subscribe there. That's where the sports stories are going to be from now on. I'm going to release them as premieres just like I do on this channel. But make sure you subscribe to that channel. Living Room Gangster. The link will be in the description box. And also, if you want to see my live streams, subscribe to Ock Nation TV. That link is in the description box too. But nevertheless, Sha'Carri, Shikari. I like Sha'Carri better than I like Shikari. Sha'Carri just make you dance and have fun. Shikari bring all this racial crap into it. But AOC, one of the thought leaders in the black community, even though there are zero black thought leaders in the Latino community, but one of the thought leaders in the one of the biggest voices in the black community, AOC, she said what a lot of people on Twitter have been saying, but I think that's where she got it. That somehow testing for weed is racist. Now, my thing about that, two things. My first thing is that a great deal, like half of the U.S. Olympic team is black. Of the sprinters on the track team, the short distances, the 200, the 100, the relays, different things like that, 400. Of the shorter distances, the sprints, almost 98% of the athletes on the U.S. Olympic team are black, on the male side and the female side. And they all have been being tested. Guess how many of them failed their weed test? Their drug test. Guess how many of them failed their drug test? I'll give you a second. Guess how many of the black athletes on the U.S. Olympic team that got drug tested failed their drug test? You guessed it. One. And ironically, it's the one who admitted to smoking weed. So there's no scandal. The U.S. is in the clear. This actually is good for the U.S. because other countries can't say, oh man, you trying to cheat the system by letting your athletes know. Our one athlete who said she smoked a blunt tested positive. So you can't look at the U.S. like, because a lot of countries try to do that. And since it's a world drug organization, the WADA, the World Drug Association, it's a world organization. So the U.S. gets no favoritism. But a lot of countries try to doctor their test and yada, yada, yada. That's why they have to know where you're at all times. Not only was Sha'Carri drug tested, but they have to know where you're at all times. 2 U.S. sprinters got in trouble because they didn't know where they were. Everywhere you go, if you go out to dinner, you have to let them know, because they may send a tester to your wherever you're at for a sample, because they don't give you time. They don't give you like a heads up so you can, get clean. Somebody just shows up at your door with a cup and walks with you to the bathroom and watches you pee in it. So they have to know where you're at all times if you're an Olympic track athlete. They have to know where you're at all times. Just think about that. So Sha'Carri not only was getting tested, but her whereabouts. They had to know her whereabouts at all times. So little Sha'Carri knew the rules, along with the other hundreds of black athletes on the U.S. Olympic team. And only one of them tested positive. The one who smoked the blunt. Yet, testing for weed is racist against black people. Because one of them, a girl who's going through a lot of pain at the time and decided to smoke a blunt to ease her pain. That's the story. We'll stick to it. Smoked the blunt. Because if her mother, I want you to understand it. If her mother, her biological, because that's what she said, if her biological mother didn't die, we would have went 100% on that drug test as a black people. We would have went 100%. We just missed going 100%. Nobody tested positive for weed because one of the girls lost her biological mother. Think about that. But testing for weed is racist. Now, testing for weed is so racist that here's the test of all the countries. Because remember, the Olympics is a world event. It's not just the United States. You see at the bottom, you see the little table at the bottom. Blue is for where it's legal. Green is where it's illegal but decriminalized. Pink is illegal but often unenforced. And red is illegal, like, yeah. I want you to focus in on one continent where Sha'Carri's people I looked at Sha'Carri real good the other day without that wig. I seen a picture of Sha'Carri without that wig, man. Let me tell you something, man. That girl, 97% sub-Saharan African DNA, Jack. Okay? That girl, 97% sub-Saharan African DNA, Jack. She might be 99. That's a black girl, Jack. Now remember, you see the table. Red is for illegal. But remember, AOC and Twitter, the rest of Twitter, vocally woke black Twitter, said that's racist. Well, go back to Africa then. Since you don't like the rules here in the United States, Sha'Carri and woke Twitter, go back to Africa. Where weed is illegal all over the continent, except for one place, South Africa. One country in the whole continent where weed is legal. Wow. One thing about the woke people, when they don't just be wrong. Like their narratives don't just be wrong. They be wrong. Just like Jay Williams the other week on ESPN. The Celtics hired their first black coach. Finally. And come to find out the guy's actually the 6th black head coach in Celtics history. They've had the most black coaches of any franchise in all of professional sports. He literally called out the organization that had the most black coaches in all of professional sports history. The most successful, 3 of them won championships. The most successful black coaches. Black coaches don't win championships nowhere but Boston. And he called them out in a tweet. Jaylen Rose, a week later, says, the USA is scared to send an all-black team to the Olympics because they had one white guy, Kevin Love, who's serving as like the veteran because they got a very young team. And they want a veteran who's been there, a veteran guy to kind of, keep the guys together and show them, the right way to be professionals and everything. They put one veteran on the team, and he happened to be a white guy. So Jaylen Rose, they're scared to send an all-black team to the Olympics. Come to find out, 4 times. And I know you didn't have to have proof of this. You know that just because you know basketball. The Olympic team, that's the best of the best. 4 times they sent all-black teams to the Olympics. But he gets to come out and call us out. We're the only country in the world that's done that. All the other countries have white players. All the non-African countries have white players all the time. Brazil, Mexico, all the European countries. The only non-African team who ever puts an all-black team out there is America. He called us out on that and said the country's racist because they never did it. And that's all we've ever sent overseas is all-black teams. Except for this time where it's one white guy. So woke don't just be wrong. Woke be dead wrong. And that's the case with the Sha'Carri Richardson thing. Take your butt to Africa and smoke you some weed. Get caught with some weed in Africa. I hate wokeness, man. So annoying, man. Get in the comment section, hit the like button, subscribe. Peace, I'm out.